Welcome back. This is Lone Wolf and we're playing Vintage Story 1.9.4 Release Candidate 1. Thanks for watching this. I love this game and I love to share it. So, glad you're here with me. Oops. Get the key on the right item, Wolf. It works better that way. So I'm kind of hanging out here because I want to grab obsidian while I can, because as we move south we'll be moving out of the basalt biome more than likely. So now's the time for me to grab it. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Don't have anything to break obsidian, so I need to just grab whatever's on the surface. Thought there were some stones there. Okay. That's where they were. There were stones there. I have a mod on here called Napster, and it does my napping for me. I've done so much of this, I've got nothing to prove to anybody, and this just makes my life happier. So, hope it doesn't bug you that I'm doing it, but if it does, I'm doing it anyways. Not because I don't care, but this is how I want to play. Okay, torch off. Reed basket off. I know I made a lot of spears. Let's move that out of here. I don't really want this in here, but I do. The food is good to have in here. Good to have the sticks. It's good to have the flint. But I don't like that I've filled my inventory up so full, but that's the way it's going to be. We're going to try it. We're going to roll with it. See how it does. I know how to toss things away too if I need to. Anyways, this is more spears than I usually make right now, but I had such a awful time with all the villains on my 119.3 world that I've kind of gone a little bit on the aggressive side in terms of all the attacking everything that wants to kill me, because I died way too many times in that series. I don't like dying. It's okay. Hate losing the nutrition, really. And if I die and I'm far away from home, don't be shocked if I just TP back to where I die. Whoa. Oh, that looks like peat. Okay. I was thinking high fertility soil. Can't walk away from that. Okay. Really want to find more obsidian before we leave this area, because it is not the same thing as flint, as I've already said, and you probably well know. Kind of assume that I'm being viewed by players that know the game well, because I don't know why you'd be watching otherwise. See a guy testing software. But I've got my 118 world that I'm going to be moving over to 119, or at least I assume I am. And so I feel like I need to have a good handle on this, and I want to make sure what the state of it is before I ever try to move that world to 119. So that's the whole purpose of this, preparing to move a 118 world to 119. Testing out my mods that I'm using. Just testing the game in general, seeing about its fitness, its readiness. And I won't do anything with it other than test it until I think it's ready. Maybe if we found a gravel field. No, not one around. Okay. That would usually make it easier to find the stones that I'm looking for right now. Obsidian, thank you. So what are some of your favorite things to do in Vintage Story? What kind of builder are you? What kind of things do you like to build? Are you a homesteader? Are you an adventurer? Glad I didn't have my torch out there. Keep forgetting to put it back on. I don't know how much difference it makes, but it does make it brighter right around me. Not so much the world. Did I get the grain? I don't see the grain on the ground. Where did the grain go? Because my inventory's too full. Where's the grain? I'm not in creative. Well, there you go. There's a bug. Unfortunate. But that's the reality of software development. I am a software engineer by profession myself. So while I may offer criticisms about some of the development of the game, I'm also, oh my gosh, you got to be kidding me. These 2 tin nuggets are all I need to make a tin bronze pickaxe. Or anything actually, but yeah. Only takes 2 pieces of tin, and I didn't mark where I picked that up either. because I probably won't be back here, I'm assuming. Yeah, that's weird. Where did those grains go? No, that's not. Alright, where did you go, spear? Throwing a spear is not what I was trying to do. Where did it go? There it is. I really try to not lose my spears. What I was trying to do is toss it so that I can put the reed basket down. Just make a couple of inventory slots here available. And going to go for a swim now. Well, maybe not. I did change in the customization. I made tin the same rarity for on the surface as is copper. So I didn't make it more common. I didn't increase the global spawn rate of things. But I did change surface tin. Oh my gosh, look how deep that is. Wow, so black coal. Oh my goodness. I did set my underwater time to 60 seconds. Oh, I'm going to come up underneath. I don't want to do that. So I set my underwater time to 60 seconds instead of 40. Give me a little more time. I believe in customizing the world to the way I want to play it. Bend it to my will. Not just accept how the designers made it. Because that's just how I prefer it. But mostly, I'm not trying to radically change it. Just do some tweaking. Alright, we're halfway to our first linen sack. And I believe I just saw some obsidian over here. I hope I did. Thought I did. But did I? Haha. Is that what I saw? Don't know, don't care, but yeah, this is what I saw right here. Alright. Oh, that's not, yeah, I just want to get rid of that. We don't go flint nearly as quickly as we do sticks, so this is awesome. Awesome! So I genuinely am interested in anything you want to share with me. I consider myself, I don't take myself seriously. That is to say, I'm not, I don't think I'm all that. I poke fun at myself for sure. Tool, what are you? A flint knife? And what? A flint knife. Okay. I'm just here trying to have fun and share my passion of the game. with anybody that wants to share that with me. I'm here to have fun. Most times as I'm playing Vintage Story, I learn new things. In spite of the thousands of hours. I mean that literally. I have literally played it for thousands, multi-thousands of hours. I'm not bragging about that. That's just the reality. And yet I continue to learn quite frequently more things about this game. It's hard to imagine there's that many things to learn about it, but I promise you, I do keep learning more things. So anything you want to teach me that you see might be helpful to me, I'd love to hear it. Oh, we're not getting flint anymore. So one of the things I do when I start, so I'll get my sticks, I'll get my flint, make my tools, and now I make far too many spears because I really got beat up in 119.3. I got beat up bad and I didn't like it. Got my butt whooped over and over again. And I don't usually die that often, but you know, that's just how it is. Didn't make me angry or anything. It made me wonder about myself and my own skills and what has changed in 119, if anything. Why am I having so much of a harder time than I have in prior versions? And one of the realities is there's a lot more creatures that want to attack you. I was killed by moose, pigs. Pigs are awfully aggressive. Wolves, and I was killed by wolves. Oh, and I was also killed by wolves and bears. Oh my. But one thing I think is different, and I don't know this for any kind of fact, I'm just trying to piece it together. Why is my combat so much worse? Devil's Bullet? No idea what that is. Try to figure out what's going on, and I think, again, just a theory, I don't remember my combat with wolves in prior versions to go like the following scenario. I see a wolf, I'm attacking it, I almost have it dead, and then a second wolf that I never saw shows up and kills me. I have killed 7 wolves in a single combat wearing leather armor and probably using my axe as my primary weapon, and survived it just fine. I killed 21 wolves in one little section of a forest before, but now I can't kill one, and I'm getting jumped on by a second one that I never saw. I don't remember that behavior. I don't remember the second wolf sitting back and waiting. So that's a theory I have. Doesn't matter. It is what it is, and I have to figure out how to survive whatever the game is throwing at me. But I didn't do a very good job. So guess I have to get better. I am not a gamer. I play games. I love playing games, but I do not possess any skills as what I would call a real gamer has. I play games, spend plenty of time doing it, love it, but not a gamer. in ripples. You have items I can't buy, but now I know where an artisan is. When I first started playing, I literally played with a mod that was called No Monsters, because I really had no combat skills for this game. And so I played that way for however long. And then I decided to give myself a challenge, and I joined the Aura Fury server. The vintage story server on Aura Fury. And that was so brutal. All I did was die and die and die and die. Turns out where the admin that was helping me took me out to, it was a great place, but it was not a great place for me, because, as it turns out, there were caves everywhere. And every night, all the drifters came pouring out of the caves and killed me. And I just die and die and die. And finally I got a dirt hut that I could get in, and got me a grass bed that I could sleep on. But of course, that didn't sleep me through, certainly didn't allow me to sleep through an entire temporal storm, that's for sure. And so I just worked at it and worked at it, and just died. And I never once, for probably the first 3 months, I never once, literally never pulled up in-game chat. I was just busy trying to not die. And so I have no idea what people were, if people were, there was probably people offering me help, because having then played for years now on Aura Fury's, on their vintage story servers, I now know something about that community, and it is awesome, and people are friendly and helpful and will help you any way they can. Aura Fury has some limitations on how people can help new players, and I agree with that. But that doesn't mean they can't come and help me, which all of them would have done had I been reading or paying any attention. Anyways, after probably 3 months, I think I finally started pulling up in-game chat and started to find out, hey, there's a lot of awesome people on here. And that opinion has never changed. I needed to take a break for a while from Vintage Story, because I was admin, I was always on, and so I just wanted to take a couple weeks break. But then I ended up taking 6 months or so break. Wow, look at this. Okay, yes. Alright, this is all different. These are from the Better Ruins mod. I can't believe all this copper. And these are just spectacular. On my 1.19.3 test world, I did not use, oh great locus, I did not use the better crates, because I assumed and thought, and not completely wrong, that most of the Better Ruins was adopted into vanilla, and there's a lot of core things that I think were derived from the Better Crate or the Better Ruins mod built into vanilla, but not quite the same. Very good. You do not have to run Better Ruins to have a great time with all these cool ruins. But these people have worked so hard on their ruins, and again, having played now on 14.3, I realized that, yeah, I do want better ruins on. So, this is my first experience in 119 with them turned on. And I think I'm happy to have them. Had to pause for a couple sneezes there. You didn't really want to hear that. So I didn't share. There's one of the new animals. They run so fast I never get to see their names. The only way I've ever seen any of their names is if I've killed one. And that's no easy task. They're just so stinking fast. Well, I am not in any kind of crop biome here. Not that that's not okay. Obviously, I still have food. And I'm not looking at all the trees for mushrooms and all that either, so I'm not really fully taking advantage of the biome we're in. I really should be looking at all these oak trees for mushrooms. Mushrooms have really never been a part of my game, never needed them because there's always so much food. But when I created my 1.18.15 world that I started streaming, I was surrounded by trees that had incredible mushrooms growing on them everywhere. And now, I mean, it's not that I never had mushrooms before, but certainly they were just never part of any of my gameplay process. One thing I absolutely 100% will not pass up early game and most game is mature flax. I try to find enough mature flax along the way to give me enough flax fibers to where I finally get to where I want to settle. I've got my 4 linen sacks already for my inventory, sitting kind of fat and happy that way. So I try to buy them all. All flax for me. Wow. This seems over bright. I'm going to turn the in-game gamma down, let alone... Let's just try it at 100 and see what that's like. Not 9500. So I'm not going to keep these other grains seeds inventory, as you well know, is at a premium. So right now I'm keeping the flax seeds because of course that's going to be a primary crop. We know how important it is to the game. So I'm keeping those, and I can guarantee you any peanut seed I come across will be kept because peanuts are my protein source typically once established. Not that I don't have livestock and harvest the meat from them. But if I'm honest, I typically just toss it over the edge of a cliff somewhere. Problem here with turnips is that they are the fastest growing crop that we have, so it's kind of worth keeping seeds for those. So I got flax there, turnip, and spelt that we're not going to keep right now. See, as soon as I put the spelt seeds in there, or the flax seeds in there, then I'm going to go harvest something, and I don't want to be opening or taking the reed basket on and off my chest constantly. I do it enough as is. I just don't need to do it constantly. So I have another mod on here. It's called Zoom Button Redux or whatever. Anyways, it's the Zoom Button mod, and boy, that really helps me find things. I absolutely love this mod, and it's one of those that's in practice it's awfully nice, but in the creation apparently it's pretty simple. Not that I could just whip out the mod, but the creators of the mod say it's pretty straightforward, and they describe a little bit about how they do it. Kind of interesting. Alright, we've gone a little long on this episode. Thanks for watching. I'm having a ball playing. Nice having you along. If you like what I'm doing, give me a subscribe and a like, and I really would enjoy hearing from you. Thank you so much. Goodbye.